Back in the swing of things with the Great Falls Daily Connection with Steve Keller. We're going to talk about all the events that are going on for the next few weeks in the Great Falls area. Plus, we'll remember Zach Ramsay. We have an infrastructure story you may want to know about and court action. Let's get to it. If you can breathe, you can do yoga. The Great Falls Daily Connection is brought to you by Harmony in the Falls Yoga Studio right here in Great Falls. Full service yoga. You can find out more at harmonyinthefallsyoga.com. Also, irockmontana.com. If you're a venue owner, you're looking for talent, you go to irockmontana.com with the musictainment. And myself for weddings and special events, I'm your entertainment and your DJ at Keller Talent Productions. Today happens to be Monday, February 9th, 2026. It's after the Super Bowl, and I knew the Seahawks were going to win like the first 2 minutes. But it's National Pizza Day. Hold the anchovies. It's also National Oatmeal Day, so if you get a little mushy, you know why. It's also National Football Hangover Day, so celebrate quietly. Close the shades if it's too bright. Finally, it's National Poop Day. I don't know where they make this stuff up, but this day marks how everyone is feeling after eating too much queso dip at the Super Bowl. Let's start with the weather, and these winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories will go away. If you're traveling, watch out around Stanford, Lewistown, Harlowtown, Roundup. And there's also some treacherous driving around the Helena area, Boulder, and Butte areas. Monday's high, 45 degrees, 27 tonight. Then tomorrow, 47 and sunny. Tomorrow night, 20, partly cloudy. And then Wednesday and Thursday continued, upper 40s, mostly sunny. Now, over this past weekend, it was the 30th anniversary of the loss of Zachary Ramsay, and it's still an unfinished case. We don't know. Many of us in Great Falls knew the name from the headlines over the years. For me, it was quite personal because I lived in the neighborhood. Back then, I was with my late wife, Jennifer, and her daughter, my daughter, Caitlin. And Caitlin was a friend of Zachary's and hung around the neighborhood and played. So he lived a block away from where I was living at the time. So seeing the community and the media remember him this week, it just shows how much his story and his life meant to the Electric City. Our thoughts were with his family and everyone who grew up alongside him at the time. Now, turning to our schools, the district has officially named Brian Miller as the new principal of East Middle School. He's a familiar face moving over from his role as assistant principal at CMR. He's taken over for the retiring Brian Lorang, and with his reputation of being all in on student success, the Spartans are in. One of the sponsors of the Great Falls Daily Connection is irockmontana.com. If you're a venue owner, you look for talent, go to irockmontana.com and you'll see the Leilani G Band there at the Lewistown Eagles February 13th. And then a special Valentine's Night performance at the Havre Elks. That's coming up this Saturday, 8 p.m., $5 at the door, and you and your sweetheart can rock out all night long. A Musictainment is a music entertainment company for venue owners to find the right talent that they'd like for their talent venue. irockmontana.com. A lot of ground to cover, including a Wednesday night fire that completely destroyed a home, 1525 4th Avenue Northwest, if you didn't know about this. Firefighters arrived to find the house well involved with flames throughout the roof and a camper in the driveway also on fire. Heavy vegetation made access difficult. Thankfully, no pets or people were inside at the time. Cascade County has officially banned open burning for now. It sounds strange in February, but the wildfire risk is unseasonably high. Stay safe out there. City crews are tackling massive water main breaks, including a $1.3 million emergency repair project. On the bright side, though, the Sanitation Division is rebranding. Look for the fresh City of Great Falls logos on the new truck soon. In the courts, the legal saga of Aresterio Tio Rodriguez. Mendoza's far from over. Tio is a longtime Great Falls resident, picked up by ICE, his legal team, currently pushing back against deportation orders, arguing his ties to Great Falls should be a major factor in his residency status. This is serving as a massive litmus test for how immigration enforcement is handled in our backyard. And residents here and in Missoula are asking tough questions about where local police stop and federal agents begin. A group of Great Falls residents proposed a resolution to the City Commission to prohibit city resources from being used for federal immigration sweeps and to give local officers discretion to ask federal agents to unmask and identify themselves. And justice for the Interpretive Center 71-year-old Roger Hawks of Coeur d'Alene was sentenced to 9 months in prison for stealing an 18th century pistol and a replica knife from the center last year. We had pictures of him. We all knew who he was. It was just a matter of time. The Great Falls Daily Connection, sponsored in part by Harmony in the Falls Yoga Studio, and Mondays at 6 p.m. Ignite to Release Yoga. Build the fire inside and let go of everything else. Feel the music. Move your body. Get out of your head. This class is your space to shake off the day and reconnect with yourself. Have a little fun doing it. Mondays at 6 p.m. Go to harmonyinthefallsyoga.com and scroll to Find My Class. Click the image, log in, and feel the flow. And help yourself too. Harmony in the Falls Yoga Studio, 105 Smelter Avenue Northeast, Suite 116. If you can breathe, you can do yoga. HarmonyInTheFallsYoga.com. On the Great Falls Daily Connection, what's been going on, we now know. Let's see what's to come in the Great Falls area. Brought to you by your friends at iRock Montana and Harmony in the Falls Yoga Studio, along with Keller Talent Productions. That's me for your wedding reception. Now, coming up tomorrow evening, the Map to the Pacific, part of the Lewis and Clark Interpretive Center series and the Ida Johnson series with our presenter, Paul Wages. Program starts at 7. There'll be a reception Tuesday at 6:30. Tuesday night, Tina, the musical. This is for Tina Turner, our iconic singer from the 60s through the 80s and 90s. The whole musical is coming up tomorrow night at the Mansfield Theater, and tickets are still available. That starts at 7:30. Tuesday is the Youth Lego Club at the Great Falls Public Library at 3:45 after school. Bookworms at 10:30 Tuesday at the Great Falls Public Library. And then Thursday, What Makes Montana, Montana? It's the U to You speaker series at Heritage Hall with Mark Feige, the MSU history professor. You're invited to that, starts at 7. Thursday is the Books and Baby Story Time, 10:30, every single time at that time at the Great Falls Public Library. Thursday, our Armchair Traveler series travels through Sweden with Lee Larson at the Great Falls Public Library at 6:30. Friday is the Throwdown Challenger Combat Sports at Montana Expo Park. That starts at 7 o'clock. You're invited to that. The Great Falls Symphony's Romantic Journey is Saturday, February 14th at the Mansfield Theater, including Tchaikovsky's performance of Romeo and Juliet. Monday is President's Day. All the libraries will be closed around town in Montana, and it's also a federal holiday for Monday, President's Day. Tuesday, the library celebration. Love Your Library in the second floor. That starts at 5 o'clock next Tuesday. Looking ahead to February 20th, Peace Place Birthday second anniversary. We're all invited to that, celebrating 2 years in their new home at 316 6th Street South. Grease the Musical, February 20th, the Great Falls High event at the stage at 7:30. Saturday is the Wine and Food Festival, the 44th annual event, and I've been involved with that for so many years since I was in the radio business, and I actually performed with the Steve Keller Band before at the Heritage Inn. That's coming up at 6 o'clock. Now, this is a nod to my wife, the fact that when she heard the Bee Gees, when she was a kid, she was convinced they were females. So Monday, February 23rd, it's the She Gees, the Bee Gees tribute, all female, the Mansfield Theater at 7:30. And When Grief Comes Calling, another You to You series, February 26th at the Heritage Hall with Dr. Mary Ann Sontag. And if grief has partially put you in a position where you can't do the things you want to do or you need to do, this could be for you. Friday, February 27th, the Backcountry Film Fest here in Great Falls at the Interpretive Center again, supporting public lands. Tickets are $15 for a whole series of winter adventure films. No slides for this, but let's look ahead to the sports Tuesday, Great Falls High girls basketball. They'll be playing at Billings West. Thursday through Saturday, it's the state swim finals. They're right here in Great Falls. It'll be over at the Great Falls High Pool. And Friday and Saturday, wrestling, Eastern AA divisionals in Belgrade with Great Falls represented. So good luck. By the way, I just have to do a little personal note here. It was great to watch the Seahawks win yesterday. I come from Washington State. I was born above Spokane in a town of 400. And to have the Seahawks represent Washington State and Seattle back in 1976 when I was a kid, I thought, wow, this is our own team. And so it was great to see them win. The final score was, well, you don't care. They won anyway. 29-13, what was it? Finally, today's thought of the day, and I'll give this to you. The struggle you're in today is developing the strength you need tomorrow. That's today's Great Falls Daily Connection. I hope you liked it. A service of iRockMontana.com, and Leilani's shows are coming up this weekend. My name is Steve Keller for your wedding reception or your event, and I'm also playing around town. You know that. And of course, Harmony in the Falls Yoga Studio. If you can breathe, you can do yoga. Harmony in the Falls Yoga Studio. Full service yoga. Find out the full details and all the classes at harmonyinthefallsyoga.com. I'm Steve Keller. It's a pleasure to bring this to you Monday through Friday. Tell a friend. And until now and tomorrow, if I don't see ya, I'll see ya.